Hello, fellow people, and today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron Trilogy Voyager Class Optimus Primal. Yikes, I mixed that up. But taking a look at the figures painting and sculpting, the painting and sculpting is really good. So you can see that they added in that it looks a lot like the G1 cartoon. No wait, the Beast Wars cartoon design, with also giving it the toy fur texturing, and the execution is pretty good. So you can see a lot of pretty nice fur texture, and you can see some pretty nice painted in and sculpted in detailing. As for the head sculpt, I really like this head sculpt. It really looks like Optimus Primal. So yeah. So his only accessories are his two swords, and for those of you wondering, I customized it. So the painting and sculpting used is pretty good, even though the only painting is the blade, and it's not on the hilt. So you can see that there's a lot of nice sculpted and detailing. So yeah, you could place these on his hands, and I'm confused why they give him these hinged hands. They are not. You can just plug these onto his hands without any problem. Oh, never mind. I stand corrected. Still though, you could get them into some pretty cool poses with these. And they have weapon storage. I love weapon storage. So you can place these on the back. You can see some two ports, and you can see two tabs over here. Yeah, you can see that. You can plug them onto the back of him, and yeah. So there you have that. Back. Now then, if I were to have problems, it would be that some of the painting is like the Masterpiece Optimus. It's kind of weak. So you can see that the ones on the thighs is already paint chipping, and the ones on the forearms are already paint chipping, and some of the paint on the chest is paint chipping as well. To be fair, I had this figure for a year, so I'm not sure. So I guess that's why. He also has gimmicks. So what he has out now is the plasma cannons, and a demonstration on how they work. So you can just push them out. This one is pretty hard to. So you can push them out like that, and you can pull it out. I'm not sure. And these are on a pin joint, so they have a bit of rotation. So yeah, this one's always the harder one to get out for some reason. Back. Yeah, this one's kind of difficult. Arc. Yeah, forget it. So yeah, and I've heard that a lot of people said that the gap in his chest is distracting. I personally do not find that a problem. And another gimmick he has is I'm gonna have to spoil the transformation for this. Forgive me. You're gonna have to pull out these shoulder cannons. Hold on. Gosh dang it. These shoulder cannons. And yeah. So I think these are Blush compatible. So you can see that he has shoulder cannons. So yeah. And the cool thing about these is that I'm pretty sure they're Blush compatible. So bringing in this bootlegged Ziploc bag of Blushes that I have of a lot of figures. So bringing in Starscreams. So it's not really. So it doesn't. So you can place these on the shoulders. There you have that, and he's just shooting random Predacons. And hold on. And I don't think the plasma cannons are compatible though. So yeah. So let's move on to visibility now, shall we? He has a ball joint on the head. You can look up that far and down that far. He can do a full 360 at the arm. The shoulder pauldrons can move down that looks cursed in robot mode. Back. Arms can spread out. Back. He has a forearm swivel and a maximum elbow bend, wrist swivel, and a hinged hand or hinged fingers. He can do a swivel. I don't know. I think it's restrict. Oh wait. Yeah, he can do a swivel. He can kick that far and back that far, though I would be careful with that. Like I said earlier, this paint chips. And he can do an over 90-degree knee bend, and for some reason this part of the legs has a swivel. Why? I don't know. And what's pretty cool is that they gave him a hydraulic. That's pretty cool. And it doesn't hinder his visibility. That makes it cooler. Then you can do that. And the toes can rotate. I'm not sure why. And so's Brett. Also, I've noticed that his crotch plate looks like Sid the Sloth. Back. Gosh dang it. So yeah, this figure is decent with visibility, but you can get him into some pretty cool poses with his swords, like I mentioned earlier. So let's do some size comparisons, shall we? Here we have him compared next to the Piggy Duo. Here we have him compared next to Battle Class Shockwave. Here we have him compared next to the Battle Droid Pig. And here we have him compared next to Cyberverse Deluxe Class RC. And here we have him compared next to the rest of the Season 1 Maximal gang. So I'll be right back. Here is a comparison that I'm not sure rivals the rest of the comparisons. So yeah. So be right back. Moving on to transformation, it's pretty simple. So, like I said earlier, I spoiled it. So you're going to have to bring in you're going to have to untap, you're going to have to bring in the back part of his torso. Okay, you're going to bring these in. And, I'm not sure how to describe this. This thing is on some sort of, I'm not sure. But you're going to bring that up, rotate it, bring the gorilla head up, rotate it, and you bring it down. Bring in the stomach or the chest. Then you bring down the shoulder pauldrons, close that up, rotate the waist, and you're going to hinge the legs so they become short. And what you're going to do next is bring the feet to the back. Untap this part, and you just bring that in there. And here we have him in its gorilla mode. Now, the resulting gorilla mode is actually pretty good. Painting and sculpting is pretty good. So you can see that it has a lot of pretty nice sculpted and detailing, like I'm not sure how to describe that. And if you look closely, you can see that the eyes do have pupils. Yeah, that's pretty cool. When I saw this, I thought it didn't have any. So yeah, and the attempt at this back panel trying to cover the kibble is a good attempt, but it kind of failed. So moving on to my problems, you can see that this panel kind of stands out. Yeah, that's it. That's my only problem. The resulting gorilla mode is actually pretty good. So yeah, back. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that he's top heavy, more like back heavy, because of the way it looks. Yeah. Also, apparently the instructions say that the on 4 legs is a separate mode. I'm not sure why. So bring the head up. Rotate the arms at the butterfly joint. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it has a butterfly joint. And I don't want to rotate it at the forearm because that might paint chip it. And yeah, now you have to move on to the legs. I'm not entirely sure if this is actually part of the instructions, because I don't really read the instructions unless I need them a lot. So there you have the four leg mode. I'm still confused why this is a separate mode, to be honest. And because he's a gorilla, he has visibility. So he can move up that far, and he can't really look down. He actually has a rotation on his gorilla head for some reason. Full 360, and I can see that the forearm does have a swivel, but I don't want to paint chip it. You can see that he has a maximum elbow bend and a tight forearm swivel. No wait, a tight wrist swivel, and the butterfly joint that I didn't mention, and a restricted waist swivel. And he can kick that far. Oh, okay, that looks painful. And look down that. Kick back that far. An ankle pivot, and he has the toe bend. I'm still confused with the toe bend, to be honest. Also, because it's basically Optimus Primal in a gorilla suit, it still doesn't hinder the weapon storage. And that means you can have a gorilla running around with swords. Hold on. Truly, a weapon to surpass Metal Gear. So yeah. So let's do some size comparisons, shall we? Here we have compare next to the Piggy Duo. Here we have them compare next to the Battle Droid Pig. Here we have them compare next to Battle Class Shockwave. And here we have them compare next to Legacy Drag Strip. And because I don't want to waste my battery, because it's already dying, here we have a random image. So yeah, my overall thoughts on this figure is actually pretty good. So I give his robot mode an 8 out of 10, and his beast mode a 9 out of actually an 8 out of 10. It is not actually better than the robot mode. It's an equal. So yeah, this is it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.